Alright guys, today we're testing out our new piece of equipment. We ended up getting a BOBCAT L85 front end loader. Intermountain Bobcat was gracious enough to sell us this awesome piece of equipment. I've been wanting to do a front end loader because all of my equipment right now is tracked, and what's happening is the track skid, the track loader, whatever you want to call it, man, they make a mess of your yard. This piece of equipment, where it's rubber tired, it has tons of life to these tires. I've heard guys getting 10 to 15,000 hours when they're just using it in a loader operation, not like pallet forks and that kind of stuff, rather than digging and excavating. This machine right now, I have a 1 yard bucket on it. It's a little over 1 yard, I guess. I think they say it's like 1.1 yards, 29 cubic feet. And I've been pushing to make my driveway a little bit bigger. We had a lowboy get stuck bringing in a piece of equipment and ended up blocking traffic and everything. So we're getting some material brought in. So I will show you right now what things are starting to shape up to look like. So as you can see, we've been using this front end loader to level things out here. It's been working really nicely, getting the hang of it. Not quite used to this bucket because it's more of a scoop material bucket as opposed to a grading bucket. This machine is phenomenal. I have almost 17 hours on it. I have little to complain about. It's really a nice machine. Quiet, the dust keeps down out of the operating cab. The controls are just phenomenal. So here you can see we have all of our buttons to scroll through our screen here. If you click on this, you can go into your camera, which is back ordered, your vitals. You can watch all of your gauges in pretty real time. The machine runs about 180 so far. You can see there 0.4 gallons per hour. Under a half a gallon an hour to operate this machine. And so far, at 17 hours, we're about a half a tank right now. So that's not bad. My track loader, the Kubota, we were putting fuel in about every 15 to 20 hours, much slower. This machine, heat AC, heated seat, washers front and rear, a bunch of stuff I probably won't even use ever. That looks like it's blinking, but it's really not. You got your quick attach for your forks or bucket, your four-way flashers, turn signals, horn. You got a nice storage compartment right here. This machine is phenomenal. So far we've been about 17 miles an hour is what I've seen out of a top speed, which is plenty fast when we're dealing with dirt. You know, I'm not going to pack my pallets of firewood or whatever we're moving across a yard at that speed, but I can tell you right now 10 miles an hour is pretty achievable when you're packing a load on the front. I mean, a track loader, if you're running 10 miles an hour, you're losing power when you're hauling a load, and there's a chance that it's going to be like riding a bucking horse. So I'm going to drive you around a little tour of the yard right now. So as you can see, I've drug the yard. I've got all my pallets in order. Got my gaylords in order. You know, I'm cruising right now at 12 miles an hour. There's some bulk firewood, that's for an order. The wife's she shed blew away in the wind, and we had to run it over with the track loader the other day. Here's some pallets of aspen, and usually we'd have logs right here, but currently all of our logs are bucked up. But as you can see, I mean, my yard's relatively smooth, and it was rough every time with this blow sand after running the track loader through here. My firewood operation I'm coming up on. We got shorter logs, we have our longer logs, we have green, well, it's fire burned ponderosa. It's not really green, it's got a lot of wet to it. Here's our Dyna SC15, and we have our sort bins. We sort out everything, man. We use our sacks, and we make it so that everything has its place. We have our blower attached to our generator, all on skids because I got tired of dragging stuff across the yard when I have a piece of equipment. Now this stuff blows right into our sawdust keep, or sawdust manger, as I like to call it. Now I'm going to run this one-handed, so bear with me. We're coming in. We're going to grab a scoop of sawdust, and as you can see, this machine, I'm just in turtle mode, and you know, granted I'm pushing sawdust, but it was on an angle. There were some factors there that could have played into it, that on a track loader you wouldn't have got that kind of a scoop, you know, and being able to move on an angle like that with, at least with the Kubota SBL, you're not, the 65 that we have. It's a good machine, but it's definitely not the strength of what this loader is. So now we're going to grab this. I'd like to get a full scoop, but running this one-handed is definitely not the easiest. Let me put one hand on the wheel, and sorry guys, camera, I need to find a cameraman, but they're apparently in short supply nowadays, i.e. they're inside doing homework and probably talking to their girlfriend. So as you can see, we got us a scoop. I'll put it into turtle mode, or from turtle mode into rabbit mode, and we're gonna move across the yard. We got our little alley here. I've been using my upcycled IBC totes. This is all reject wood. We went past at a lightning speed. This road's not the smoothest back here, but we're coming back to our compost pile. Now what I've been doing with this is churning dirt into it, letting it break down, and then as we get nice days where we are able to burn, I turn it, I'm in rabbit mode still, don't like doing it like that. So you can see how much higher we're pushing up. The capabilities of this machine over a track loader, hands down for my operation, and may not be that way for everybody, but this operation, it's so much better. I'm not even spinning a tire, and you can see how much mulch dirt we're moving right here. I like to churn it in a little bit, and people like to use this for their gardens. It's already, you know, conditioned soil basically, and they can mix it in, and they have water retention. What I'll do is, with this pile of kindling that I have here, this is all our strap that falls through our grizzly, that we just don't really have much to do with it. So I take a scoop of it every now and then. Pretty much every time I'm back here, as you can see, it has some dirt to it. What I'll do is I take it, and like right now I lock in my differentials. Again, this is not the easiest to do when I'm running a phone and trying to operate. So I'll take a scoop of this though, and I put it right over here. This is my burn area, and with this, we light this on fire and actually create our ash, and it we mix it in with our mulch. And the reconditioned soil, people are loving it because it's got nutrients, it's got water retention, and with the ash in it, it'll actually act as charcoal and suck up more water than just the wood. So it's really good for, you know, your gardening. But back to this front end loader, it's a game changer. I mean, just being able to, right now, you can see I'm across the yard at 14 miles an hour, 15, and it's effortless. I mean, we're bouncing a little bit here and there, but I mean, it's a smooth ride, and it hooks into my Kubota stump grinder, it hooks into my Kubota grapple forks, hooks into anything my track loader can hook into. We just ordered a set of hydraulic pallet forks, and we'll do some more demo on that tomorrow. We'll talk about them. And you know, anybody on the fence about buying an L85, I don't know about the L65, but I would imagine it's a good machine too. But if you're on the fence about buying an L85, order it now, because you'll regret ordering.